What's up, folks? Welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. It is Jason C. It is Whiskey Wednesday. We are back. Happy to be back, guys. It's another Whiskey Wednesday night. I have a great, exciting show planned tonight. I have a lot of shit to go through. A lot of stuff that happened in the last couple of weeks. Just a ton of really just freaking awesome shit. I don't know any way to describe it. So, I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out tonight. So yeah, we're here. We're back. What is going on, chat? Yeah, Butterscotch, Wackatow, there's a bunch of people here. Everyone is hanging out tonight. Saucy Shane, Kenneth Rathburn. Let me go to this chat here. Let me go check it out. Yeah, you guys dig the new fancy sign. It's kind of nice, isn't it? That is from the amazing work of Richard Rose. He's done a lot of work for a lot of Whiskey Tube channels, including Shell Turds or whiskeychannel.com, I should say. Trev over at Bourbon Wrench has one. I think Whiskey Nose has one. So he does amazing work. I finally was like, make me a sign, buddy. And he did. So it looks awesome. Hey, Mark Vasco's here. What's going on? Bourbon's in the house. Top Dog, Anthony Orlando. The Average Drinker is here. What's up, Dara? Nice to see you. Isaiah SV is here. Let's get some pizza and drink. Yes, the pizza. Tony's a pizza secret. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I feel like nobody will look at me the same again after that video. I'm just saying. Oh, shit. P Brick. Hey, what's up, New Orleans? P Brick's in the house. What's going on, man? We already have 186 people jumping in. Awesome. Big Vic's Backyard Barbecue. Bullshit. I don't know why I added barbecue. I just feel like every time I hear backyard, I want to add the word barbecue. I love barbecue. Daniel Kirby is here. What's going on, Kirby? Nice to see you, man. Eric Sawyer's in the house. What's up, Eric? Well, hello, Tony. Loving all that turkey on the barrel behind you. Is that a sign? 375 there? Yes. Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. Sunday evening scotch. That'll be a fun thing to talk about. Yeah, so we are a couple weeks removed from a live stream. Well, I missed 1 week. So basically, last week on Wednesday was probably one of the. I mean, I don't know how to describe it other than like the ultimate bourbon day. I don't really know how else you would describe it. Basically, got invited to Russell's Reserve, to Wild Turkey to do his Russell's Reserve single barrel. For the group, for the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club. If you guys are not a part of the Mash and Journey Whiskey Club, you can please just become a patron, and you'll have access to some of these great picks. We were surprised. We were kind of thought we were just going to be doing a Russell's Reserve single barrel plus a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, and then when we got there, we found out that we were going to get 2 Russell's Reserve single barrels plus a Kentucky Spirit. So 3 barrel selections, which was awesome. And then I will say this happened. I got to meet Jimmy Russell, who, I mean, I got to tell you guys, so for years, I've been going to Wild Turkey and trying to meet Jimmy Russell. I met Eddie, I met Bruce. I always seem to miss Jimmy. And then that day, Jimmy Russell was there. I walked in, the dude's just eating barbecue. Speaking of barbecue, I just walk in, the dude's just drinking barbecue. He's eating this barbecue. I think he was having some pulled pork, some mac and cheese. And I'm like, shit, there he is. There's Jimmy Russell. Oh, my God. And then I went over to him, obviously said hi and introduced myself. And that dude is still sharp as a tack, man. He was joking around with everyone, giving everybody a bunch of breaking balls with Bo Garrett over at Wild Turkey. It was amazing. I'm actually getting like choked up just thinking about it because I was literally like watching him talk to, he was kind of holding court. Everybody's around him. We're all kind of talking to him and just hearing just like anything he said. And I got like a little bit of a tear in my eye, like no joke. I think I posted it on my Instagram. I know it sounds cheesy and kind of stupid to kind of get emotional over like a master distiller, but while you guys know I'm a huge Wild Turkey fan, and the fact that he was, this man that's been in the whiskey industry for, decades. It's just to kind of see him and actually get to talk to him and just see how down to earth and cool as shit he was. And then I got this bottle that I'll never open, which I don't know if you guys could see it there, but he signed the top of it. He signed the top of the bottle there, Jimmy Russell. And then he put a little 2022 on the bottom there. So that's Jimmy's signature. And I will cherish this bottle forever. So yeah, it was an amazing day. And then, obviously we went to the warehouse. We picked some barrels. Amazing experience. I mean, what could I say? I finally got to choose Wild Turkey barrels in the warehouse for my own group. I mean, I know I did it for OHLQ, but that was like I said, it was like speed picking. This, we got to take our time, went through a bunch of barrels with Bruce Russell, and it was just a hell of a good time, man. I can't even say enough. It was crazy. Yeah, totally Whiskey Mountains. I totally got a little misty. Totally got a little misty-eyed. ADHD Whiskey. What's up, you beautiful son of a bitch? Nice to see you. Going on, World Style Whiskey Taster in the house. Matt Madness, the finals happening this week on Friday. Be curious to see who wins that one. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Crying, it can be okay. It's kind of nice to shed a little bit of a tear. Yeah, it was really cool. Let's see here. Sunday Evening Scotch was one of the great folks who came to help us out. It was epic, amazing Bourbon Day. Jimmy Russell picking the store at Rick House A. He's misty about it right now. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Eric, wait. I have a barrel head signed by Jimmy Russell, aka the Elephant Man. Yes, as sweetly dubbed from. Oh my God, sweetly dubbed from Bobby and Sam. I think I got this poured. I think I'll get the rest of that off later. So the weekend before that, though, I got to go to Kentucky and hang out with Perry from This Is My Bourbon podcast. I got to hang out there and be part of his bourbon event that he had. Kind of did a live podcast with him. It was pretty hilarious. Got to meet David and Kira from whiskeychannel.com. And I also met a lot of great great people from the chat that I never met before. Don Nishida, and forgive me if I miss anyone. I met the Fancy Franchies, everybody. I mean, it was amazing. Got to meet the Franchies. There's no crying whiskey. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Jason, when is the Ohio pick dropping? No sign of it in Southeast Ohio. Well, so from what I've heard, guys, is that some of the stores have been asked to hold back the drops until the weekend, like either Friday or Saturday. So I would just call your local stores and your local agencies and see exactly when they're dropping the picks, because a lot of I got a message today that's obviously they're releasing somewhere because Bruce Russell is going around and signing some of the bottles. Today he was in Kingsdale, the Kingsdale Shopping Center in Upper Arlington, Ohio, and I wish I could get over there, but I was working today. I couldn't. I would love to go see Bruce again, but I feel like I bothered him enough. But they released some picks there, but I think some of the other stores getting picks won't be released till possibly the weekend. So I'll just call your agency and find out where they're going to be at. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Yep. But it depends on how well they adhere to that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You just never know. My Whiskey Lab was here. It was great meeting up with my Bourbon Podcast weekend and having a cigar afterwards. Yes, met my Whiskey Lab. We had a little bit of celebratory cigar afterwards. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I finally got to meet Jeffrey Wack in person after all these years. I mean, the guys on one of our picks on the bottle got to meet that beautiful son of a bitch in person. That was a great time. Man, it's crazy. So it was it's been a great couple of weeks, week and a half in whiskey in bourbon for myself. So, but I'm glad to be back tonight, trying some bottles. I figured with so many MGP bottles coming out now, Mash and Journey, we just did a pick for Nashville Barrel Company, and I just got my bottles today, so I felt like, man, how can I truly test this? Is it as good as I think it is? So I took some younger MGP whiskeys from all different labels, and I figured let's throw them in a blind tasting and see what comes out of it. If you guys saw the thumbnail, that was the lineup of bourbons that are in the lineup. I'll go through them again. They're all poured blind for me. There's a label underneath. I had the key back here, but I figured I also met Joseph Brazzers, and he was kind enough to gift me a Woodinville cast strength rye, which I've had the regular rye, which I'm a huge fan of the bourbon, obviously, but I've never had the rye cast strength. So I figured, why the hell not? Let's see here. So let me know what you guys are sipping in the chat right now. What you're pouring tonight. It's Whiskey Wednesday. Let's get into this shit. I'm excited to be back, guys. I know I only missed a week, but somehow it feels longer. I don't know why. Maybe because so much shit happened in the last like week and a half. But cheers, guys. Let's try this out. Man, even though this is a rye, I still get like that classic Woodinville like cream soda note, root beer note, I should say. I'm going towards cream soda. Yes, Maureen and Gary Franchi, I got to meet. They're two lovely people. It was awesome to see them. Yeah, Fancy Franch, a 48 Ruby Rye, Uncle Nearest, Kentucky Spirit 2020 bottle, Nulu Double Ope right now. That's a great pick from ADHD. Ooh. Yeah, this is more like a I'm almost getting like fennel on it, like a fresh licorice root on this a little bit, but with some of like that sweet root beer, that root beery, and you know it is sweet though too. But there is like a little like root beer vanilla float thing going on here. Let's see, Rare Breed in the house, of course. Gotta drink some Rare Breed. Mesodrum. I get a little Vitis rondifolia on the. I don't know what that is, but sure. Whatever you say, Eric. William Wiley has the Chattanooga Founders. I actually have that bottle right here. It's a nice bottle. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this yet. This is the Chattanooga Founders. I did a review on this, full review. This has it's a blend of actually MGP and Chattanooga's own distillate. Chattanooga started off releasing their own stuff with sourced MGP till their stuff was ready to go, and now it's just all their own stuff. So to kind of pay homage to that, they blended it together for that Founders release. So I think it's a kind of a cool idea. All right, cheers, guys. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's all the cast strength right there. Holy hell. That's good though. Way more citrusy on the palate than I was expecting. Got a lot of like burnt orange on it. Ooh, second sip, it kind of mellowed out. Now it's just sweet, citrusy, a little bit of that root beer vanilla float thing going on. Damn, Joseph Brazzers, you weren't kidding, man. This is really good. I mean, I will say for 117 proof, it drinks hot. I mean, these are about, what, 5 years old now, their ryes? 4 to 5 years old now, Joe? I mean, I don't know if it's proof or just spice. It's got a long, spicy finish. Oh, man. That friggin' lit up my palate. That is good. I definitely took a break over the last few days from drinking bourbon because of, doing the picks and everything, and Whiskey Weekend with, or This Is My Bourbon podcast, doing that weekend with them. Pretty crazy. 5 to 6 these days. Yeah, this is nice. That's delicious. I mean, just the overall like pepperiness of it just kicks ass. I'm going to continue to sip on that. Joseph, thank you very much. It's a really good rye. I mean, I'm a big fan of Woodinville, no matter what. Can introduce you to my new water cup. This is the Mandalorian. Cheers. Feel like he will join me. He'll join me tonight and going through this blind. Let's see here. So another great, amazing thing that happened over the weekend was the fundraiser for Lance and Renee. So Lance over Whiskey Tornado. His wife Renee was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's gone through some chemo already. It looks promising as far as the treatment so far. I know she had another treatment, I think, on Monday. I think we raised over $10,000 so far as it's gone on. It's been amazing. The videos and everybody that contributed to make that night so special on Saturday was incredible. So just want to say thanks to the whiskey community. Lance, and I think Lance, they made more than enough, and I think they were going to donate the rest of the money to a worthy cause. So just so much love and amazing giving and caring just all throughout the whiskey community, just the entire week. It's crazy. It's just been an unbelievable week. So let's see here. That's right. Cancer does fucking suck. Let's see here. Jason C. now over 11K. You're over 11,000 subscribers. Let's see here. Okay, let's get into another quick bottle that I picked up while I was there over the weekend, and that's this weird thing. So this is Sweeten's Cove, but this is the Tennessee. So this is actually a blend of Kentucky bourbon and Tennessee whiskey. Now, why did I buy this? Because we went to Justin's House of Bourbon. I was there with David and Kira, Fancy Franchies. It was just a nice big group of us, and we ended up. We had I forgot her name. She was leading the tasting. We got to try some old Black Maple Hill and Old Fitz 101, which I think was the highlight of the tasting. I believe it was from the 70s, I think. Yeah, right, Joseph Brazo. Yeah, Kentucky would have been kind of. That's just kind of like a lazy marketing. Let's just replace the T with a K, make it Tennessee. Isn't that cheeky? Haha. I wonder if Peyton Manning came up with that. All right. So Sweeten's Cove is, that popular brand started up by Mr. Peyton Manning himself. Marianne Eves is the one that blends these just for the brand. So our person that was leading the tasting said that, the Sweeten's Cove, the Tennessee, is only about $60, and it's finished with toasted sugar maplewood. So it's the blend of Tennessee whiskey, Kentucky. Don't know where it's from, but the sugar maplewood actually had me a little bit. It had me interested, and for $60, I figured I'd take a chance on it. And she said, if you haven't tried it, why don't you give it a try? It's actually a pretty decent whiskey. So I had my first couple pours of this when I was at Perry's podcast. We cracked it open, but I had so much shit that night, I don't even remember really what it tasted like. So I figured I'll give it a fresh shot here. So let's see here. Kenny Collishaw, I'm with you, man. Peyton isn't bright enough to come up with that. I don't know. He's pretty. He's pretty funny. I've seen him on Saturday Night Live. He's kind of witty. Let's see. Whiskey Mountain says Smoke Wagon the Younger is lazier marketing. If you ask me, it's probably good, but the name feels like a bad joke. The Younger. I actually have a bottle of that coming my way, so look out for a review on the Younger. I've heard good things about it so far. But Caroline was her name. Thank you, Johnny B. Yeah, Caroline was her name. Yeah, she was really cool. So she kind of talked me into this. Is 110.7 proof. Kentucky and Tennessee bourbon whiskeys blended, finished with toasted sugar maplewood. Let's see what we get. So I'm actually getting like a almost like a fake aspartame sugar thing on the nose on this one. Cotton candy. Man, a lot of cinnamon on this one too, which is kind of nice. Very sweet though. Yeah, like bubblegum, sugar. Get a little bit of that maplewood, I think. There's almost like a sawdust type thing, like a fresh cut wood note I'm getting here. I wouldn't imagine that this is old stuff in here. It's non-age statement, so we don't know how old this shit is. But Let's see here. Mike, you like the Black Maple Hill? Okay, yeah, he liked the Black Maple Hill the best. Yeah, that was probably second for me, but there was something about that old Fitz that just had me. All right, cheers, guys. Let's try it. Yeah, it's all strawberry bubblegum on the palate. It's spicy. It's got a nice finish to it. Again, a little bit of like that artificial sweetener thing going on in there. Very strange. I don't know how I feel about this one. You get a little bit of the Tennessee whiskey vibe. So I would imagine it's Stickle, but I'm not sure. First super chat of the night. Rich comes in with my little store. Just got in some Bardstown Fusion Series 7 thoughts. I just got a bottle on a recommendation. I like the Fusion Series. I think the Fusion Series, they get overshadowed by the Discovery Series most of the time. But I think the Fusion Series are super solid sippers. Yeah, they're $50-$60, but it's just it's a nice blend of some older whiskey and some older sourced whiskey from Bardstown Bourbon Company and some of the younger stuff that that Bardstown Bourbon Company is working on. So when you're able to blend something old with something young, magical things can happen with whiskey. So I think they do a good job. And I will say Fusions, there are some that have been better than others. So it really depends on the blend, how it sits, how it evolves. But for the most part, I think they're solid sippers. The problem is they're like 50-60, and I could just get rare breed. Or, I can even, for that same amount of money, I could even get, 1920, something like that. I'm excited to line up my Disco 7 and KBS for comparison, have both coming together. Yeah, I mean, two totally different whiskeys, but that'll be an interesting compare. P-Break says, you're not selling me on this. Yeah, I don't know. This is a, it's kind of weird. Scored a signed bottle, OHLQ Warehouse A, floor 4. So in Toledo, waffling on opening it or not. Thoughts? Yeah, dude, whiskey's made to be enjoyed. I'll tell you what, the A, Warehouse A, floor 4. If that's the only A, that might have been the B. The B was my other one. Yeah, the A was pretty good. So, man, open that shit up, man. Enjoy it. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is. I mean, the aspartame, it could be coming not so much from the younger bourbon, but it also could be coming from that toasted sugar maple wood. It's not like a ubiquitous type of wood that's used in whiskey. You don't see it a lot. So, I don't know. Yeah, Joseph, I was waiting for him. Like, where's Joseph with a cigar? But I know you had to get up early, but I appreciate the whiskey. It was really nice meeting you in person, man. Yanks are losing. Hey, JC, thoughts on Larceny Barrel Proof B522? Fred said it was the best one he's had. Just got a smoke wagon. I hope it does well in your blind tonight. So, Matthew, really quick. When it comes to the Larcenies or even the smoke wagons, remember, they're batched. So there are going to be differences. So my batch of smoke wagon uncut unfiltered could be a little bit different than yours. My batch, I believe, is 138A is my batch. Bottled on March 11, 2022. So it's a pretty recent batch. The batches can waver a little bit, here and there. But I don't think I've ever had a smoke wagon uncut unfiltered that I've never been happy with. Now, Larceny Barrel Proof is a different story. There have been plenty of those. I did not like A122. I did love the B last year, so if I find the B522 this year, I'll definitely give it a go. Skip the Fusion, get a Discovery. Batch 145A is amazing. So there you go. All right, let's get another sip of this one here. You know what? Overall, I don't mind this from front to back. It's got a nice spice to it, which I enjoy. I like the fact that it's giving me something interesting from front to the back of the palate. It's sweet and it's still getting like that strawberry bubblegum note. The only thing that's killing it for me is that like aspartame, uh, like bitter sugar note I'm getting on the finish. Man, so close. Other than that, it's pretty solid, but I don't know if I'd buy this again or go to it very often because of that weird finish on it. Maybe if I add a drop of water or two to it. Let me add a couple drops of water here too and see if that does anything. Maybe that'll kill it. Sometimes water does that. Maybe the Mandalorian can help. Kind of sucky. Jason C. Surely you have a review of the Calumet 16 coming. Yeah, I'm just waiting for my bottle to come. But that was kind of a surprise bottle that Caroline actually brought out during our tasting. So everybody in the tasting at Justin's House of Bourbon, we got to try Calumet 16. And I'll say this about it. It's one of the more smoky, like charred, chocolate-driven Calumets out of the lineup. Like 15 to me was the cherry bomb. 14 to me was kind of a sweeter, just had that really good like Barton sweet and spice combination. 16 to me, at least from what I tasted, I don't know how new the bottle was or how long it was open. It was very dark. It was rich. Had some good viscosity to it, but I don't think it's going to be a fan favorite, honestly, because of that heavy barrel char on it. I got a lot of charred notes to it, a lot of like the rich like oak notes and stuff like that. I don't think it's over oaked, but I do think you get a lot of barrel char on it. When I get my bottle, I can't wait to kind of sit down with it and take my time and see how it evolves. I was getting a little bit of that cherry note, I think, my third or fourth sip as we were tasting it. But so far, from what I remembered, I did dig it. So, I'm sorry, yeah, Calumet 16 was the one that we tried. Calumet 16, not Sam Houston. Hey, what's up, Sandeep? Nice to see you. That's just my jam. Yeah, it's good, Cameron. The Calumet 16, I really liked it. Like I said, when it comes, I'll definitely do a full review and kind of break it down and see how it compares to the 15. My 15 that I have is a pretty. It's very, very. It's gotten very cherry as it's opened up, even more than it was. Yeah, John Reese, heir to the Reese's Pieces fortune. It was a lot darker than 15 from what I remember, but I liked it a lot. That's basically what I took from it. It was very dark, very rich. I don't remember it being like super viscous, but I do remember the flavors being dark. So we'll see how it goes. Tim Cornet, what's up, Jason? Make sure you tell everyone to donate and watch Whiskey Mountain's Alzheimer's fundraiser on July 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Adriana is the best. I know the Whiskey Tubers appreciate her so much. Absolutely. Whiskey Mountains last year did an Alzheimer's fund, raising some money on a live stream. I was part of that one. That was the year right after I lost my grandmother, so that meant a lot to me. And yeah, I was super happy to be a part of that. And she's doing it again this year. You know, that Alzheimer's holds a very close place in her heart, and I'm glad to see her, doing this again. And I'm just going to say this now. Anything you need. Unfortunately, July 10th, I'll be back in Vegas for work for a long conference. I'll be there all week. So I probably won't be able to make it on your show. Unfortunately, that sucks. But if you need any bottles or anything to help raise money, I'm in, Adriana. So all about it. Someone I know that knows quite a bit about the bourbon said that they heard Sam Houston ceasing production. Is that true? I hope not. I've not heard that yet, but remember, Sam Houston doesn't produce anything. It's all sourcing. So if it's just barrels they can't get anymore or something like that, then that could be the case. But we'll see what happens. So Sam Houston 14. Calumet. Oh God, Mr. Whiskey Shits just did like a fucking math problem. What's happening here? Sam Houston 14. Okay, Calumet 14. Sam Houston 15 over Calumet 15. I agree on the Sam Houston 15, I think, is the best in that lineup, honestly. But again, it depends on what batch you got. I got the Kentucky 1 batch, which was delicious. I haven't had a lot of the other ones. Calumet 15, I think I liked, but it got real cherry medicinal after a while. So, let's see here. Jason C., the Whiskey G in Tennessee ain't for me. Blaine Patron, I'm with you, man. Let me see if the water did anything to it here. Oh, no, it actually brought it out more. No. It's okay. I mean, I could see some people liking that. It's very sweet up front. Just for me, I'm very sensitive to that aspartame, thing, which sucks. So, I heard Sam Houston went belly up as well. No, that's a shame. If that's that, I'll definitely look into that. If that happened, then that kind of sucks. Still at work, I had to stop by and quick say yo. Hopefully, we'll have a bourbon in hand shortly. Lucas Openier, thanks for checking in, man. Get home safe, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully, you'll be back in the chat. Larceny Barrel Proof and ECBPA 122 is the first batch. B521. Oh, okay. He's breaking down the batches. Have you tried Calumet 60? Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. I can't say I got strawberry in it. I did get cherry. But yeah, there was some sweetness to it, but it was very dark when we tried it. A lot of like barrel char and some like smoke flavor to it. But again, I have to try it myself. And actually, I tried it after we had a bunch of just hitter bourbons. We had Evan Williams 23. We had the Black Maple Hill. We had the Old Fitz. We had some really, really good shit. We had the Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond 13-year or 14-year, whichever one it was. So we had all those, and then we tried the Calumet 16. So I don't know if I got a fair shake as far as my palate goes quite yet. So, all right, guys, let's go. Oh, wait. Tony Bag of Donuts is here. It was great hanging out with you. Just came home with a Tennessee and a Calumet 16. Going to crack them both right now. Nice, man. Let me know what you think about the Tennessee. And let me know if you get like that weird aspartame like thing to it on the back end. Let's see here. I don't know if it's hitting actually bourbon prices quite yet, but bourbon and whiskey prices have been going up the last couple of years regardless. And so, how much do you think Tennessee's off-putting taste is due to the finish? I think it's 100% that sugar maplewood. I think it's 100% Kenneth. I mean, that's just my guess. I've had Kentucky Tennessee blends before, and I haven't gotten that weird note. So I'm attributing that to the wood and the finish. Jason, which Old Fitz did you try? It was the Old Fitzgerald Decanter 101, 101 proof. It was friggin' sick. Actually, I'll download the photo real quick, guys, and I'll show you exactly what we had. I took a picture of the lineup, and yeah, here it is. Let me download that. And then I'll throw it up here in the hey, Mark Mason with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Mark. You the man. Yeah, so I'll show you this real quick, and then we'll get into of course our next segment, which everybody loves, which is what's to see on the TTB. But before we do that, let me throw this photo up here. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Everything's just loading here. That should do it. And is that the photo? I think it is. We are live, folks. All right, here we go. So that is the photo. So from left to right, you have the Black Maple Hill. Then there's the William Heaven Hill. That was the Bottled and Bond, what I say, 13, 14 year. So that bottle right there next to it, that Old Fitzgerald 101. So that was 101 proof Old Fitz, and it was glorious. Then we had the Evan Williams 23 to finish it out. And then she was kind enough to bring in the Calumet 16. And then we got to try the Justin's House of Bourbon barrel select that they did. That is a 14-year-old source bourbon from Barton that they had picked. So 1792. And it was delicious. It was up there with one of the finer pours of the day. So They had just gotten that Old Fitz 101 that morning, and they were kind enough to crack it open and share it with us. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, I believe it was 87. I think it was the 80s. And man, the 1980s was a glorious time for bourbon. I've had some of my favorite Dusties have been from the 80s. And why not? Like the 80s were like my favorite time. Yep. Any new releases coming that you're stoked about? Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. First, let's get into, of course, what's to see at the TTB. All right, guys. So if you like to troll the TTB like I do, or just follow Coming Whiskey on Instagram and see all the fun labels coming out, there are some really good ones that have kind of popped up in the last week or so. So I'm just going to go through a few of them here. There wasn't a ton, but there was definitely some ones of note that stuck out. So first, we're going to start with my favorite bourbon brand in the world, Blue Run, as you guys know. They're doing, looks like they're coming out with something called the Flight Series. And I'm trying to kind of figure out what this all means. Notes of vanilla, 100 proof, number of barrels. I guessing by the Flight, I'm guessing they're going to release, or knowing Blue Run, they'll release kind of a series of these different tasting notes of, going down the line of maybe this is notes of vanilla, maybe the next one is notes of citrus, maybe the next one is notes of caramel. I don't know. I just feel like they're knowing Blue Run, they're going to release these in a series, but we'll see what happens. But that popped up. Let's go to... Hey, thanks, Mark. Yep, loving the cool new sign as well. What that... But yeah, no picture of the bottle, so I don't know what the butterfly is going to look like yet. Here's an interesting bourbon that hit the interwebs. Arby's. They had their bacon vodka that they released. And now they're coming out with their own smoked bourbon. My favorite part of this label is that little line underneath that says smoked like Arby's meats. So if you guys love Arby's, you got a bourbon coming your way. Bourbon whiskey finished with American oak staves that have been smoked with hickory, mesquite, and pecan smoke. So pecan smoke all up in the Arby's bourbon. What the fuck? I wonder if you're going to get like that. They're gonna give that shit away with a kid's meal. You're gonna get a little kid's meal with some roast beef sliders. Or here you go, kid. You want some bourbon? Here you go. Have some bourbon. Oh shit. Yeah, Adam Shelton. Yeah, I'll admit the Blue Run High Rye bourbon is probably my favorite product that I've tried from them. So what you're seeing, I think, is that they're realizing this, and I think they're making a lot of different products off of that High Rye bourbon, which is what that Flight Series is based on. It's all based on their High Rye bourbon. So we'll see what comes of it. Maybe they'll change my mind. Arby's, they have the bourbons. Yes, exactly. Don't From, this is a must-buy, if nothing else, for a bet whiskey. I mean, you never know. If you like smoky whiskey, it could be maybe overly smoky, or maybe, who knows? Who the fuck knows? That's another part of the label, kind of gives the story on it. But yeah, Arby's smoked bourbon. Crazy, right? Oh, here's the other part of the Blue Run label. I do have it. Hold on one, guys. Okay, the Flight Series showcases a unique micro batch process to highlight the vast flavor characteristic of our award-winning High Rye bourbon. So it is from the High Rye bourbon, like I said, but it's a micro batch process. So Flight Series. So what did I say? We're going to see probably a bunch of these, because it's not Blue Run unless you have to collect them all. That's what they do. So speaking of Smoke Wagon, we already kind of talked about the younger. Smoke Wagon's coming out with a bottled and bond straight rye, 100 proof, at least 4 years old. Now, from what I understand, if you look at the back of the label here, this is the low rye, the low rye recipe. It looks like. From MGP, or Ross and Squibb, or Jacoby and Myers, whatever you want to call them. Says a high percentage of corn adds a nice rich sweetness that balances out the flavor notes of rye, big black pepper, and cinnamon spice. So this is a trend I'm seeing more from people that are sourcing rye from MGP. They seem to now be getting a little bit away from the 95.5 and getting into these lower rye mash bills. So we'll see if the trend continues. Smoke Wagon is bringing them out, so this seems to be the trend. So I would assume we're going to see some more of these low rye distilled in Indiana whiskeys coming later this year. Just a quick prediction. This one I don't know if I'm pretty excited about this one. Starlight. So Starlight from Huber's Farm in Indiana, coming out with a bourbon whiskey finished in blueberry port barrels. Now, look, could say all you want about, finished whiskeys, whatever, but I feel like ADHD whiskey better be all fucking over that shit. I'm just saying. The dude smells blueberries and not so much like he used to, but I love when he picked up a glass and just like, blueberries. That thing is going to be all him, blueberries. So I hope ADHD whiskey tries that one. So, but I love blueberries too, and I'm actually kind of excited for that one. I hope it's not overly blueberry, but to kind of taste that blueberry might be a little bit interesting. They don't make port from blueberries. Well, the Hubers do. Let's see. Okay, let's go to the next one. Bardstown Bourbon Company coming out with a Cabernet Sauvignon finished whiskey, which we've seen before. So we'll see how that one is. 106 proof, probably a different winery. Foregate coming out with the Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in new toasted casks by Kelvin Cooperage. We'll see that one. And then Foregate, this is a darker label. This looks like it's going to be a split stave. You're going to have part New American White Oak and part toasted oak staves within that barrel. So I think it's going to be a new split stave. Tin Cup is coming out with a 14-year bourbon whiskey. I'm not sure if that's going to be the proof point, 84 proof, but 14 years old. If it is, they tend to source from MGP. So we'll see what that looks like as it gets close. So our Foregate barrel pick it's toasting right now. It's in the barrel toasting. It's got to toast for about 30 days. So, ADHD Whisk says he's doing a Starlight pick at the end of the month. Bring me to blueberries. Oh my God, Matt, you have to do a pick of that if they let you. You have to just say, bring me to blueberries. And that's what you're going to name it. And I'm going to buy 17 bottles. Shit. Yeah, 14-year MGP cut with Rocky Mountain spring water. Yep, exactly. Yes, I know, Eric Waite. Real port wine is made in Portugal. Real port wine. Yep, totally get it. But, everyone's making shit everywhere now, so it is what it is. Let's call it a port style wine then, not port wine, a port style wine. I mean, if Arby's is making smoked bourbon now, everyone's making their own shit. Doesn't even matter anymore, unfortunately. I'm very excited about this one. Smooth Ambler coming up with a Contradiction Rye finished in oatmeal stout barrels. Like, hell yeah. Now, I'd rather have like an imperial stout finish. Oatmeal generally with bourbon doesn't agree with me, but an oatmeal stout barrel finish is still pretty interesting. If that is the stats right there, 105 proof, non-chill filtered, dude, stout bellies all over it. Another Bardstown Bourbon Company. Bardstown is doing single barrels now, I think, for groups. But I think they will be doing some releases from the gift shop. So you guys can keep an eye out for the Bardstown Bourbon Company single barrels of their own stuff. And then lastly, Uncle Nearest. Now, Uncle Nearest is starting to make all their, if you guys haven't heard yet, they've transitioned to all their own stuff. They're not sourcing anymore. This is all their own distillate that's being aged. And it looks like they're coming out with their own single barrels. Now, the last Uncle Nearest single barrel I had, I got it, I don't know, it had to be a couple of years ago. It was a green label single barrel, and it's probably one of the best whiskeys I had that year. Now, I don't know how their new stuff, their own stuff, is transitioning, what the age is. I'm going to be doing a review on it soon, kind of telling the story a little bit, and I'm going to see what I could find out as much as I can. But interesting stuff. So that was what was on the TTB. A lot of stuff coming out, obviously. The Discovery 3 is very bright and very good. Yep, I agree. Look, man, Arby's is in the bourbon game, and you're hung up on port, son. Jason. Hey, Dungeons and Drams in the house. What's going on, Bill? Nice to see you, man. Jason, have you ever done a review of Willett Family Reserve? I have a chance of getting an 8 or 9 year. 8 or 9 year bourbon? Joe? I got a 6 year, and I paid 200 and something bucks for it, and I was not impressed. The higher ones that I have had, some of the ones like that are the 12 to 15 year, definitely got a lot better. I don't think I've had an 8 or 9 year Willett bourbon, so I couldn't tell you, man. But I know I had a 6 year, and I did not think it was worth the money. I hope you're getting it for a decent price, man. Let's see here. Oh, bourbon. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm just not that high on Willett. Like a lot of people are. I do like Willett, but I tend to, I guess it's just my bougie palate. I just tend to like the stuff at a higher age, but 8 or 9 could be really good. So if you're getting it for a decent price, Joe, I would probably, I'd take a chance on that one for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think they justify the cost either. So, yeah, Joe Graves in the house. Y'all are slacking. 399 viewers and only 130 thumbs up. Yeah, guys, if you could, definitely hit the like button below. I don't like Uncle Nearest because basically some New York marketing person came down to Tennessee and stole some other family's legacy to make a buck. Well, I mean, I wouldn't go as that far to say it was just kind of stolen. I think the story of it was kind of brought to life because, Uncle Nearest was, I mean, the guy taught Jack Daniels how to distill. I think folks needed that story to be told at some point. But in actuality, when you think about a story to sell bourbon or whiskey, I mean, I've heard a lot worse stories than that of people trying to sell their whiskey. Some people don't have a story at all. Some people contrive a story to sell their whiskey. At least the Uncle Nearest one, that does go back all the way to, Jack Daniels and when he created Jack Daniels. So, I don't hate that story. 8 years, 250. So seeing as I paid 6 years, I paid 225 for a 6 year one. 250 is not terrible for a purple top. But I mean, don't be surprised if you're disappointed in it. That's all I'm going to say, Joe. Oh, shit. Hey, Matt, y'all getting a 4-gate pick soon? Yeah, we're getting 2 4-gate picks, Jason. So we're going to have our 4-gate, a 9-year cast strength toasted rye and a 10-year cast strength toasted bourbon. So, oh shit, look who's here. Lance, Whiskey Tornado. Whiskey Tornado. Hope everything is going well. Hope Renee is feeling good. Hope her treatment went okay on Monday. Glad to see you here, man. Really, really glad. Let's see here. Yeah, I tried a purple top Willett Family Estate bourbon at this is my bourbon bottle share, and I was sadly unimpressed. I agree. It's every one I've had is not, unless it's like 15, 16 years old. I think the Willett Family, the purple tops, it's all hype. I do not dig them. I really don't. Hey, what's up, landlord? Hey, Jason Rinsa got a Redbreast PX and loved it. Have you had a chance to try it? Yeah, I love that bottle, dude. I'm right with you. Love that bottle. I have to say, Blue Run High Rye was my most disappointing purchase of the year. It's pricey up here in Canada, though. Oh, I could see that. Yeah. Hey, Tony, can a guy get some extra mozzarella over here? Yeah, I mean, whatever. I hope watching Tony's pizza secrets didn't change your opinions of me. I was kind of summoning my uncle, both my Uncle Tony and my grandmother in that video. So you can get the 4-gate picks through my Patreon. You can join Patreon down below. There's a link to join. Most of the tiers are filled up right now, but I think there's a few slots available. Try to keep the group as small as we can so people have enough time or there's enough bottles to go around for most of the folks. But we'll see how the Mash and Journey. Where is it here? So this is the Mash and Journey Nashville Barrel Company pick that we did. We named it the Houdini because it's only 6 years old, and I swear to God, this thing tasted like it could have been a 10 to 12-year-old bourbon. Oh man, it smells good. So that is in the blind tonight. So before we get into the blind, really quick, did you bring out the good stuff for Ray Liotta? Yeah, cheers to Ray Liotta. Sorry, man. We'll miss you. Iconic actor. Love Ray Liotta. Let's see here. I'm always late on everything, but finally got a seagrass yesterday. I'm liking it. Yeah. And Larry, that thing is going to change the more you go back to it. Every time you go back to it, it just changes. Really good. I have an ECBP Pirate Bottle Batch 6, but I'm scared to open it. So Kenyon, be prepared for the cork to break on those. But if you do try it, be prepared to have one of the best bourbons you've ever had in your life. It's ridiculously good. Eric's got the Space Jam coming too. So, yep. I see Jerry Black. Microwave, no. That's right. That is right. So, really interesting article if you guys follow the Whiskey Wash. So, and I wanted to get kind of some real-time feedback from this on you guys. If you guys go to the Whiskey Wash, a really great guy that I've met a couple times, Steve Coombs, who's an American, he's an American bourbon or American whiskey bourbon lifestyle writer. Very well known in the bourbon industry. He's a historian. Great guy. He posted an article called "Enough with the Bottle Hunting, Just Drink the Whiskey." Now, I don't know if you guys get like the bourbon updates like I do on my news feed, but this one came up. I'm going to drop this in the chat, and you guys can check it out if you haven't read it yet. But it was an interesting article, and I kind of wanted to kind of gauge you guys to feel like, where are you at with whiskey right now? He goes, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll just give you some excerpts because I think some of this stuff was pretty interesting, a little bit eye-opening as to where people are with whiskey now. I think there are a lot of people just kind of getting fed up with like what's happening, and I think for Steve Coombs to write this article, I think he just had enough. Let's see here. My experience with most whiskey enthusiasts are fun and friendly, like passionate beer and wine drinkers. They came to the hobby for flavor, and when they made relationships with like-minded drinkers, things became fun. But as it happens with beer and wine cultures, whiskey fandom has its outliers, people self-dubbed whiskey hunters who are out for bottles, good or bad, as long as those purchases boost their egos. They fetishize over particular brands and spend inordinate hours running hither and yon to find this bottle with that mash bill because it's really rare. Their collections are often large, and the people who assemble them are usually tedious. So he went on to just kind of talk about an example. Calling a search for a bottle of the whiskey hunt is a stretch. You're literally just waiting online. He was trying to like compare it to regular hunters who actually will go hunting and have to figure out how to get their animal back to their truck and field dress it and whatever it may be. So let's see here. He goes on to say, I've got a lot of bottles of spirits in my home, but I'm not a collector. I'm a consumer who buys, drinks, and repeats the cycle. And I'm a spirits writer who gets free samples. I sip whiskey with my family, friends, at parties, at tastings, and also when the delivery driver brings a new sample. The more bottles I've opened, the more bottles I'm cleared to share. So he gave this example. A guy came up to him after a public whiskey tasting that he led, and he said, "You want to see my whiskey collection?" And he said, he said that he really didn't. When he sidled it up the phone and Ray said, "Here, let me show you," he said he scrolled through an immense booze liquor stash stuffed with premium picks. Some photos showed the bottles backlit with LED strips and mirrors and masked in bowling pin V formations. He said it was strange. He said, "You probably can't believe this, but I've only been hunting for about 10 months. I just got into it." And he was right. I didn't believe it. He just kept talking. I don't want to brag, when somebody usually says I don't want to brag, it usually means they're going to brag. But I make a lot of money, and when I get into something, I go all in. Money is no object. So whatever. The whole point of this thing is that I guess in his experiences now in where we are presently in bourbon and whiskey, he just kind of got fed up about it. He's like, everyone should be over this already. Just shut up, drink your whiskey, and share it. Is anybody else in the chat to that point right now? I think for me, I think I'm kind of at that spot. I used to gladly go wait online and try to get a bottle. I don't really do it as much anymore, but I think the scarcity of some bottles these days, though, has forced more people or more folks to still wait online, though, to get something rare. Not everybody can get samples and get, samples from every distillery that you could think of. So you have to kind of work a little bit, work your network to get a bottle that you're after. But I just kind of wanted to get, everyone's feedback on this. So let's see here. Let me go through the chat. Whiskey Wash is legit. We enjoy it. Oh, the Bourbon Van is here. What's going on, guys? Nice to see you. I enjoy his takes too. I'm mostly interested in single barrels. Me too. Such a regional issue per brand. Also, besides the unicorns. Sunny said, I'm so over the hunt. There's so much quality whiskey on shelves everywhere that it's just not that fun for me to hunt. I'll grab rare stuff at retail if I find it, but mostly I'm over the chase. I think that's where I'm at right now. But obviously, I do love single barrels. So I'm right there. Whiskey Mount says, I just don't have the patience for hunting. Rather be home drinking and something I can get and enjoy. Learman says, amen to that. Clemson Football says he's not wrong. There's definitely some parts of that. I totally agree. My new book, Whiskey or Gas. Hey, what's up, Scotty? I just got back from doing a taste tonight. What's up, everyone? Hey, I know this guy. Have you tried Maker's Mark Private Select Milkshake? I did try that one. I kind of liked it, but it was a little bit on the sweet side for me, but I did like it. Old man yells at cloud, just do you, man. Hot take, seagrass tastes like they added artificial flavoring to, way too strong of apricot on the finish. I could definitely see that. It definitely can get a strong apricot taste to it. People hunt for baseball cards, Star Wars action figures, sports cars, paintings, comic books, and whiskey bottles. It's just what people do. I agree. I don't really think you should. If that's what people want to do with their money, more power to them. Now, I do get sick of the people, showing off their collection and lining it up and doing all this, stuff to it like it's a museum. Like if you're going to show me, this is how I look at it. If you're going to show me pictures of your collection, those fucking bottles better be open. That's all I'm going to say. Like, don't show me you have 12 B-Tacs, 3 Pappies, this bullshit, that bullshit. All these single barrels that you've been collecting. Those things better be open, and you better be sharing with friends and family or whoever else that you're, friends with in the whiskey game. That's what whiskey's made for. Don't show me bottles that you have sitting on your shelf that are unopened collecting dust because you like to look at them like they're fucking, I don't know, like China or some shit that you don't touch or use. That bugs me more than anything when people show me that stuff. They like to brag about their collection. I'm like, well, do you have any of those bottles open? That bugs me more than anything. Now, if you show me a fucking hitter of a collection and the bottles are open and you're sharing them, then dude, I salute you. Love it. Let's see here. I love the good stuff, but I'm content if I can have Rare Breed and Whiskey Rose series. Well, there you go. Let's see. Gary Franchi. I poured my King of Kentucky for anyone that's come over. I hang with the envy of people who are glad to do the same with B-Tac and Van Winkle. There you go. Let's see here. I have a whole wall full of World War I and World War II rifles, so who am I to judge? Yeah, exactly. People just collect stuff. It happens. I haven't seen an EU Rare for a year now, and I refuse to wait on the crotch shop, bro. Line for one. There's so much great whiskey out there. We love seeking out local distillers in our travels and trying new flavors and sharing. Sharing is best. Totally agree, Baron Van. Starting to see more honey cask finished bourbon hitting the market. Do you think this will be the new toasted craze, or is it too expensive? Most of those bottles are expensive, but I do think we're going to see some more honey stuff coming out. But I don't think the toasted craze is over. because I'm seeing Yellowstone's coming out with a toasted. I've seen a couple of other new brands coming out with their own toasted variation. I don't think the toasteds are going to stop. I think toasteds, we're going to keep seeing this shit constantly, for sure. Over at Single Barrel Picks and make trips when I can grab something I'm wanting. Wait. Just lurking. Cheers all. There's legit milkshake for real because I need one if so. Yes, Amy, there is a Maker's Mark milkshake. Do I have that one? I might have it. You know what, Amy? If I actually still have some, I'll send you some. I got to look, though. Whiskey Tornado says, I don't wait to hunt anything much anymore. If I get it or get a call, great. If not, no worries. Love me some store picks, though. Yeah, I think mostly that's where everyone's at. They want the picks. But even picks are getting harder to get for whiskey groups because so many people want that experience now. Yep, open and sharing. Toasted is worthwhile as long as it's not allocated, tatered. I feel like there's so much toasted stuff out there. If you can't get a specific toasted bottle, you can always get Basil Hayden toast. Just kidding. Oh shit. Teddy, let's see. Teddy Winovich says, my problem is that I love Scotch, Irish, and bourbon. I don't think that's a problem. I think that's that's great that you're into all three because you don't have to worry about trying to chase every single American whiskey or bourbon that comes out that's hard to get. You know, you can kind of branch out and, there's no real crazy bourbons I can get right now. Let me go try this new Irish whiskey. Let me go try this new Scotch. That's why I always tell people to broaden your categories if you can. Let's see here. A fortunate, unfortunate. Truth is my friends drink more of a collection than I do. A night with 3 good friends means 4 pours each round that I only get 1 of. Well, I mean, Eddie D, I think that's great though that you share because that's what it's about, man. Chattanooga Whiskey just launched a new Father's Day pick that's distillery only of the 111 cask, and it's great. Oh, dude, I'm a little jealous of that one. A little jealous of that, Aaron. Luke, Basil Hayden toast tastes like a wet dog that sat next to a campfire. Exactly. Eric Kuwait says, I don't have any children winning baseball trophies or poodles doing stupid dog tricks, so all I have to brag about are my bottles. Well, there you go. Yeah, but Eric, I know you open and share, so you're good like that. Beyond the Row. What's going on, Beyond the Row? Nice to see you guys. Great channel, Beyond the Row. Definitely check them out. Yes, love the amazing community. I guess the question is, what is driving demand? Is it FOMO, alcoholism, bragging rights, saving for the apocalypses? What's up, Everwind? I think, it's a couple things. I think it's a multitude of things. Honestly, I think it's, Whiskey Tube definitely drives demand. I think the popularity of bourbon has skyrocketed over the last several years. I think FOMO is still a thing. Whenever I still meet a new whiskey drinker, they're still only talking about Buffalo Trace. They still want to find the Buffalo Trace bottles. I think most seasoned whiskey drinkers are after the single barrels. I think price increases are just because of demand. I think it's a multitude of things, but I think right now American whiskey is still king, and it's just people are after it and they want to get as much as they can because I think a lot of it, unfortunately, has become the whole bragging thing. And kind of to what Stephen Coombs alluded to in the article is you got guys with a lot of money now getting into the game and just scooping up a lot of allocated bourbons. And if they're willing to pay the premium prices to get it, they're going to, whiskey stores and, store order, they're going to sell it to them for that premium price. And if they could snatch them up like that without a care in the world, that's what makes it's getting tougher to get more allocated stuff. So, all right, enough of that shit. It was good to kind of get your feedback on that, guys. I just kind of wanted to kind of gauge the pulse of where everybody is. So speaking of Mandalorian, anybody start watching Obi-Wan Kenobi yet? No spoilers in the chat. Anyone start watching Obi-Wan yet? Mash and Drum brand. Let's go. If I had the means, I wish, but I don't know if I want that type of headache. But I got to say, if I were to bring out my own brand, I'd be very finicky at what I would put my name on. So I don't know. We'll see. It's tough. All right, let's mix these around a little bit here, guys. So let me go through the mix of MGP whiskeys we got here to kind of keep it fun. So like I said, today, spoiler alert, Anakin is Darth Vader. Yes. I mean, Jesus, Joe, just ruined the whole fucking show. I'm still far behind, still in the book of Boba. Let's see. Mass and Journey cigar. I think Scott was supposed to work on that. I don't know. Scott's slacking with that one. Jason C. Distillery. Heaven Hill 17 in my local store for $1,500. They sold all 3 bottles fast. And that doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. You get something barrel proof, age statement, fancy box, Heaven Hill. That's going to sell. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the fuck's in that bottle. All right. So here are the bottles in the mix. No specific order here, guys. I already showed you the first one. The Nashville Barrel Company Houdini, the Mash and Journey barrel pick that we did. I have not tasted this since we picked it several weeks ago. So the fact that it's here now, I just threw it in the blind. I want to see how it would do. Then I'm like, what are some other Nashville, not Nashville, some other MGPs I could put it up against? So doing a little, since it's a pretty high proof, I figured let's do a little Penelope barrel strength, which is a great blend. We have, this is actually an Ohio Old Scout pick, 5 years old. Now, our Nashville pick is only 6 years old. So this is 5 years old. This is, cask strength. So that's in the mix. Of course, as you guys already know, Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered Batch 138A in the mix as well. I had to throw an Old Carter in there. So we got an Old Carter Batch 9 in there. Now, Old Carter from, they don't use a ton of high age whiskey in their blends. It's the blending that makes their stuff so unique. I got a Buzzard's Roost in here. So Buzzard's Roost, distilled in Indiana as well. They've been doing some crazy, some pretty unique stuff with their single barrels as well. This is a barrel strength straight bourbon whiskey, 114 proof, also distilled in Indiana. And then one more pick I felt like I've thrown in the mix here, and this is the Old Soul. This is the Old Soul single barrel. This is a Binny's store pick. I figured I'd throw this one in the mix. So again, general all MGPs that are young to younger when it comes to the age of these. Some of them are blends. Some of them are single barrels. Who cares? Let's just see what happens. Let's get crazy. Logan, finally able to join, finished a 20-pound cutting board from 2 whiskey barrels, now for celebration drink. Damn, Logan, that sounds epic. Shit. No Jar Jar Binks story, so I'm boycotting. Friggin' Jar Jar. It's friggin'. So if anyone has not seen the Obi-Wan series yet, it's pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, the story so far, I think they're only about like 5 episodes in or something like that. It's got me hooked. I can't wait for the next one. I keep waiting for it. Yes, Joseph Bray's a big spoiler. Luke and Leia are brother and sister. Kelsey Dime in the house. What's up, man? Sorry if I missed it, but did you get the Russell's release in Ohio? Not yet. I'm waiting for the barrels that I want. I'm waiting to find out where those are going to drop. I think maybe this weekend, so we'll see. But I haven't gotten any yet. Source from Indiana, KY, and that's it. Let's see here. Everyone says, I hate that they made Obi-Wan a worthless screw-up that doesn't give a shit because Disney wants to destroy our old heroes so they can sell us new and improved anti-heroes. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, I don't like when they make... but I mean, to kind of, move the story forward, I always feel like they give, they make our strong, powerful heroes, weak and kind of an asshole. And it's like, dude, do what you got to do. But I don't want to get into the story too much because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone that hasn't seen it. So for sure. Peter White says those 5-year Smooth Ambler single barrels are not bad. Could be a sleeper here. I agree, Peter. I think it could be a sleeper. Smoke Wagon, What's a Jar Jar Binks? He's like the worst character in Star Wars history. He kind of sounded like this. How do I do Jar Jar? Miss, I think that this flight's gonna be very good, betcha. I don't know. Was that Jar Jar or Elmo? The fuck was that? I don't know. My Jar Jar, I think, morphs into Elmo sometimes. Yes, JG. The Ewoks are actually Teletubbies. Did you try that Buzzard Roost cigar rye? It was what I was drinking when we were out to smoke cigars, and I was loving it. No, I didn't get a chance to try that one, John, unfortunately. That's pretty good. Yeah, it was kind of a hybrid, Darrell, right? What's up, Darrell? Nice to see you, man. That was a legit Jar Jar, yeah. That was money. Unsubbed. Jason, that was pretty awesome, Jar Jar. It wasn't bad. All right. Not bad with the impressions. All right. Let's get in. So I'm going to see if I can play a little music here in the background. Let me know if you guys hear this stuff. I just feel like it gets a little bit too quiet when I'm doing this myself. So I want to add a little bit of royalty-free music. I do it a little too well. Oh, okay. Lisa, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So first one here. So while I'm... Holy crap, Jason. Impression Now. Patreon just got a new member. Sign me up. Go ahead, Eddie D. Join in, man. I also do Kermit the Frog. If you haven't heard my Kermit yet. Piggy, I am in the mood for pork. Oh, damn, that smells good. Digging this Calumet 16. So Tim Evans, what are you getting on the Calumet 16? Is it as dark and smoky as I remember it being? Super Tuna Dude says I do a mean Gollum. Oh yeah, Gollum's pretty tough. I can't do Gollum, I don't think. Put a little Rush on I wish I could put Rush on in the background, but it's I get demonetized. Yes, drunk Kermit is while we're here. New meaning to green eggs and ham. All right, let's try number one here, guys. Sorry, mainly on the nose here. Now I'm expecting to get a good amount of citrus here just because it's MGP. Generally, I get a lot of orange and citrus on MGP. Sometimes I get like a graham cracker, cinnamon type note. This one is more on the orange side. Let's see here. Aaron Williams says, loving the flight tonight. We're going to send you some samples of local picks. I appreciate that, Aaron. That should be fun, man. Yeah, I'm really curious how this is going to shake out. All right, let's give it a try here. Were your ears burning from being discussed so much on Drew P. Whiskey's show last week? No, I did not watch that. So I hope he didn't say anything too bad about me, or I did not hear anything. So yeah, I don't want to listen to that. All right, yeah, we'll leave it there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Was that a live stream or was that or Jeff, or was it like a podcast or something? Because I didn't hear anything about that. JG wants the Valley Girl. Yeah, I know. Jason, I would expect you to do an excellent animal impression. I do like animal. Yeah, I do like animal. Hey, Biking Bourbon's in the house. What's going on, man? He said your mother smelt of elderberries. Oh, really? It's messed up, man. Would you recommend buying Blood Oath? Been tempted on getting one. So I actually didn't mind the last one that just released. The only thing that saved it for me was the finish on it. The finish on it, I think, saved it. Up front, it's very sweet. It's very apple forward. It is finished in a Calvados cask, so it's got like that apple, that apple brandy almost esque flavoring to it. but the finish on is what kind of sold me on it. I still think Blood Oath number 4 is my favorite of all time, honestly. Sweet oak nose finish, which switches from oak to sweet, says Tim Evans. They were sending the cost of that new pick you guys have coming up. Oh, the Nashville ones, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously we don't control the pricing on those, but listen, Nashville's selling MGP, and the fact of the matter is that they're going to make as much money as they can while they have access to some of these special barrels. And unfortunately, as much as we loved it, we hated the price. Well, we really did hate the price on the rye, but hopefully people get it and really enjoy it. But yeah, I get it, man. So the second one, this is just all vanilla orange cream to me. Really rich, a lot of vanilla, a lot of orange, citrus, cinnamon punch right on the back end. Very spicy. Do I like that one better than number 1, though? I think I do. Number 1 was good, but it didn't have... Number 2 has more layers to it. So let me write that down. They're kind of in the same profile, but I think 2 gets more into that cinnamon graham cracker or like Teddy Graham note that I like from MGP. So I think I'm going to take 2 over 1 here so far. Let me get back to the Mandalorian. That's right, 7 MGPs tonight. Or I'm sorry, 7 Ross and Squibbs. But I still wrote MGP because I feel like if I wrote 7 Ross and Squibbs, I don't know, that just sounded funny to me. I didn't like that. Hey, Black Bourbon Family's in the house. Raise your drinks up casually. Haven't sang that in a while. Is E.H. Taylor's single barrel worth saving for a special occasion? No, I don't think it's that special, honestly. I think it's a nice step up from small batch, but it's nothing that I would be like, oh, this is, I just got married. I'm going to open up my Colonel Taylor single barrel. No, I don't think it's worthy of anything like that. Maybe like a birthday, open up a single barrel Colonel Taylor, but I don't think it's like a super special pour, honestly. NBC and Nulu both gone the way of overpriced releases to me, but they do still seem to sell over time. So I guess some folks think they're worth the high price tags. Yeah, Nulu is also going to the higher price tiers as well. But they are doing some finishes here and there. And I get that, but I think MGP for a lot of people, and like I said, prices are just going up. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the Ross and Squibb. Jar Jar is effed up. Yeah, not effed up. Not effed up yet. Let's see here. Is that mug made from the real Besker? No, I think it's actually ceramic. How about a divorce? Maybe divorce. Maybe divorce. What's up, Michael McGee? Nice to see you, man. Jason, when I got married, I popped a horse top. A blend. That's it, Big Vic. I'm taking your shirt off now. That's it. Your shirt's coming off. It's coming off. All right, let's go to number 3 here. Oh, holy hell. All right, number 3 is number 3. Number 3 is where I'm living right now. Number 3 is very rich. Oh, man, this is like candied, like those root beer candies. Like those sugar-coated root beer candies. Getting some chocolate here. Oh, my God. Little hint of cherry. Oh, that's good. All right, so number 3, already on the nose, is overtaking 1 and 2. Wow. That is like... That's not even close. When it like 1 and 2 are good, but they're not even close to where 3 is. 3 is spot on. Yeah, I don't like the honey finish at 130 at all, but the honey finishes are more expensive. Yeah, I'm with you, Colt 45. Have you tried any OKI? Looking to find one in Kentucky tomorrow. The new one, the new Kentucky, the OKI Reserve, where it's like the blend of a bunch of different MGPs. I have a sample on the way. The other ones that I've had, just like the 5-year single barrels, 4-year single barrel, I mean, they're okay. I think I've had like a 5 and a 6-year single barrel. They're I mean, no pun intended. They're okay. But you know, I think they're a little. But again, it's MGP. I mean, we're drinking some of this overpriced stuff right now that MGP is putting out for the age. You know, that's what I kind of want to see. Like, what's worth it, what's not. But yeah, I can totally. Now that reserve I heard is pretty good. If you could get it at retail, I probably wouldn't overpay for it, to be honest. Sorry, bro. I was a tater. Didn't know any better at that time. Hey, we were all there, man. By the night, me thinks you'd be drunk. Betcha. Yeah, I don't think so. Any thoughts on Tumbling Dice? Yeah, I mean, I've had some really good shit from Tumbling Dice. Hooch Sniper. Again, it's really about the single barrel. Some of those single barrels are incredible. MGP is putting it out, but NDPs are buying them. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why. Oh wait, what does it say here? With that said, OKI or the William Tarr Manchester 114 proof. If it's not, well, it's hard for me to say because I haven't had the reserve from OKI, but that Manchester 114 proof is really, really good. Of course, and especially if you like Wild Turkey. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, so 3 is just an absolute monster here. Oh, I got like a little coffee on the back end of that one, like roasted coffee bean. Shit, that's good. Chocolate covered coffee bean on the finish of that one. All right. I see you, number 3. I'm digging it. Nulu Honey is out of bounds in a good way. Pop it at your job interview after you get it. Alan Pulowski. Hope your NBC pick doesn't tank in this lineup. Yeah, me either. I hope it doesn't either, but we'll see what happens. All right. So looking at the colors here, it looks like 3, 4, and 7 seem to be the darkest 3 here. All right, let's go into number 4. Ooh, number 4. Ooh, number 4's got a hell of a nose too, guys. This is all candy on the nose. Candied orange, vanilla cream, a little like juicy fruit gum. Oh, damn. So, number 3 was really good. Number 4 here can kind of go head to head with number 3 a little bit. It's a little bit lighter on the nose though than number 3 was. Number 3 is bold. It's like kind of in your face, and it's getting more citrus as it goes on here. No, I didn't try number 4. I tried number 3. Number 3 was the one I just drank. I'm about to try number 4 here. Kenneth Rapburn says North. Okay, so NBC, Smoke Wagon, Old Carter are my top 3 predictions. Okay. Called it. I said Glass on A would be the winner. Old Carter number 3, maybe. I've gotten that like coffee note on Old Carter before. This one, number 4, though, it's dark, but it's sweeter than number 3 was. Let's try it. Oh, that's nice. Extremely layered. Oh, I got the butterscotch in that one, baby. Little bit of butterscotch, black pepper, heavy cinnamon, a lot of orange zest in that one too. Man, that's sweet. It's fruity. Man, 3 and 4. Wow. 4 is like walking into a candy shop, and 2 is like walking into a coffee shop. Both delicious. They both kind of have a similar front palate. I feel like 3 has a little bit more of a punch to it, but I think it just depends on what you like. But both of them are really stellar pours here. All right, Mandalorian, I need some water. Let's see here. Richie Z, Jason, saw Nashville Barrel Company, Nashville Barrel Proof Cali release, a buy. I mean, they're all single barrels. Richie Z, do you know the year, the age of the barrel? Because if it's like one of the 5 or 6 year bourbons that Scott and I got to try to do our pick, then it might be a buy. Because some of those 5 and 6 year old barrels they were way better than the 8 year barrels that we tried. It wasn't even close. The 8 year barrels couldn't even like touch it. Davey McCormick says our new riff is a butterscotch bomb. And I love butterscotch bombs. This is the way. Well, the only Pingree I had Garrett, I had Pingree in here in the beginning, but the only Pingree I had is a 13 year, and I felt like with that age against all these, it would have stuck out. But that Mayor Pingree 13 is probably one of the best bottles that I have. It is so fucking delicious, not even close. But yeah, I'm right with you on the Mayor Pingree, especially those high releases. You're gonna be no, I feel good. I don't feel bad. I'm a professional. I feel all right. Blackburn, you got some music going on in the background? Yeah, a little bit. Love this blind tasting. Been searching for a bottle that holds up to my favorite Smoke Wagon, uncut, unfiltered. Yeah, I think that's another good thing about this blind tasting. We'll see what the actual order ends up being here. So far, 3 and 4 are definite leaders in the clubhouse. Let's go to number 5. See what we get here. I'm gonna switch this up to a little bit of rock music here. Let's go here. Let's go to some little alternative rock here. Let's see what we got. Oh, Jesus, what is happening? Yeah, I'm not feeling that channel. Let's try. Oh, let's do this one. I like this channel. Let's go to some 80s pop. There we go. We'll stay that. We'll do a little 80s music. All right. Number 4. Number 4 actually has a really nice balance. Very vanilla heavy. Almost like a sour orange note I'm getting on this one. I don't know if I can do a blind tasting with death metal coming in the background. Blossom Fear Factory. If you like butterscotch bombs, you should try Highland Park Cast Strength Batch 2. Man, I do like the Highland Parks at Cast Strength. This is number 5 right now, guys, if you're following along at home. This is number 5. So, all right. All right, let's give this one a go. Oh, shit, that's good. That was... The nose was a lot softer than the palate. The palate came through in a very, very big way here. Damn. Jason, see any good concerts this year? I've only seen this year was Tool a few months ago. Yeah, Danny Carey is amazing. I was away and I missed that damn concert. They were here in Columbus or Ohio somewhere. I forgot where it was, but I wanted to go see Tool. Man. Larry Owen says, I see good reviews on the old Ezra 7, but I think it sucks. I've tried going back several times, but it never opens up and improves. It's old Ezra 7 is kind of like an easy sipping barrel-proof whiskey. Easy sipping barrel-proof bourbon. I think there are times that I've had it where I've been very impressed by it, and then sometimes I've gone back to it and I haven't been so impressed. I think it's become like a mood pour almost for me. But I think Old Ezra 7 to me is like perfect for like a very specific time of year. Like it's like right now, it's getting hot out. It's summertime. It's getting hot out, but you want to drink something high proof, but you don't want to like overly kill you. I think Old Ezra is a great option. Speaking of easy sipping barrel proof bourbons, who has had the new B522 from Elijah Craig, the barrel proof? You guys in the chat, let me know. Is that not the most easy sipping Elijah Craig you've ever had? I'm just putting it out there. It was crazy. I could not believe that was a 120 proof Elijah Craig barrel proof when I did the review. Blew my mind how easy that was to sip. You know what? Next week, I'm going to put that in a blind and see how it does. I'm going to put ECBP 22 through its paces and see how it does. Yeah, B522. Yup. D Cisco, 1920 worth the price? Absolutely. That's right. Hashtag summertime. MGP on the MGP Ross Squibb talk, is there a Remus Repeal 6 this year? Yeah, there's supposed to be a Remus Repeal 6. They usually don't come out till a little further in the year, around fall, so keep an eye out. Yep, on the B522. Different, yes, but enjoyable. I'm with you. Do B522 versus some KC single barrels. Yep. I've only had the B521. It was hot. It drank like it was 90 proof, right? It drank really low. We cracked it last week, and it tastes a little like an easier drinking C920 to me, but it doesn't have the spicy punch of the older ones. Yeah, I agree. I'm buying another Cal 16 tomorrow. Tim Evans really likes the Calumet 16. Still waiting for Benny's to get it. Says Tony Bag of Donuts. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, B522 drinks easy, but boring. Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of folks that really like it. It's going to be one of those polarizing batches because it's so easy to drink that I think there's going to be a lot of people that really enjoy it because they don't want to get punched in the mouth with proof and flavor and stuff like that. But I think B522 kind of straddles the fence here a little bit where it's like, it's just like proofy enough, but also sweet enough to kind of keep it interesting, but it drinks easy. The finish on it, you guys know I love a good finish, but the finish on it really lacks. But I feel like folks will really love what's up front on that bourbon. So, all right, let's try number 4 again. This is turning into an absolute like orange creamsicle, cinnamon. And there's like a smoke note to it. I'm getting like a little bit of like a barrel char note in number 5 here. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. I don't know what that one is, but I'm digging it. I don't know if it's going to overtake 3 and 4, but that might be the 3rd best in this lineup so far. I have to go back to 1 and 2, but we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Mandalorian, this is the way. I cut him off. Yeah, Penelope Barrel Strength is in the mix, so we'll see how they do as well. All right, I'm digging this song. You guys digging this one? I love like 80s like syntho shit. Yeah, I mean, I like my ECBP to punch me. I mean, I could see that, Whiskey Mountains. Totally. Yeah, Adam Hinson. You know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of credit for that. I introduced OHLQ to Andemic and the folks over at OHLQ. And they worked out whatever they had to work out, and we should see Penelope barrel strength or Penelope products here in Ohio probably the next month or so. So I'll tell you, I also tried to get Smoke Wagon in Ohio, but that wasn't going to work out, guys. Smoke Wagon already they just don't have enough of the volume to bring their products to Ohio, unfortunately. Maybe down the line we'll see something from them, but they were not ready to get into a state-controlled liquor agency. You guys got to remember, when you get into Ohio or any other state agency, you have to guarantee you're going to be able to meet certain quotas. You have to meet certain supply standards in order to stay in the state. And I don't think Smoke Wagon can do that. But Penelope will be able to. So I'm really happy for Danny and Mike over at Penelope. They're going to be coming into Ohio and get their. I can actually buy their barrel strength here whenever I want. So should be good to see them there. Yeah, I tried, Colt, but they just don't have the supply, unfortunately. C918, Dylan, is still my favorite batch of all time. Oh, that's still 5, right? Yeah, I got to go to 6 now. All right, let's go to 6 here. Ooh, 6 is different. 6 almost has like a barbecue type note to it, which I'm digging. Hooch Sniper says, if Andre the Giant grew up as a hockey goaltender, wouldn't he be considered the greatest hockey goalie of all time? He might have been. I don't think he was swift enough to be a goaltender, though. Mark May says, this blind is becoming interesting. Great blind tasting here. I got skin in the game for a good showing on the Nashville pick. I hope so. We'll see how the Nashville pick does. I feel like I may have come across it already, but I'm just not sure yet. This is a little bit more smoky, a little bit more barrel char, a little bit sweet, cotton candy. Definitely got that orange citrus there, that punch of orange citrus you get. Adam Hinson says, go Lightning. Go Rangers, baby. Even though the Rangers, I'm fearing a little bit in trouble, man. They had a chance to win Game 3, and they blew it. Let's try it. Six is good. It's just a very beautifully balanced whiskey. There's nothing like. Let me go for another sip of that one. That's nice. Number 6 is Arby's. Ah, shit. That's funny. What the hell is this, like, sexy... it's like this sexy saxophone here. What's happening here? Let's go down to these guys. All right. I feel like I was in like an 80s Billy Ocean video with the saxophone. Get out of my dreams. Get into my car. All right, maybe now I'm starting to feel these a little bit, guys. If I start singing too much, just, let me know in the chat. Just say shut up. Shut up, your face, Jason. Graham Todd from New Zealand is here. Wow. Very, very nice. Jar Jar meets Kenny G. I mean, this is really good. This is kind of in the same realm. I would put 6 in the same realm like where 1 and 2 is. I still think 5 is a step above 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 5 for me. But 1, 2, and 5 are, I'm sorry, 1, 2, and 6. My fault. 1, 2, and 6 are kind of in the same realm as of flavor profile. 3, 4, 5 so far are the ones standing out. So let's go to the last one, which is number 7. So 6 is, 6 is kind of a particular. Let's say it's a familiar MGP profile, but a little on the sweet side though. I got like a little bit of a fruit punch on that one, which is kind of nice. I don't mean fruit punch. I mean like there's like a strawberry type note to it. All right. Eric says calling 4 is NBC as the Nashville Barrel Company one. Calling 4. Number 4 is the Nashville Barrel Company. Jar Jar Binks sings Led Zeppelin now on KTEL Records. Oh my god. Yeah, Andre the Giant. Listen, if you guys have not seen the Andre the Giant documentary on, I think it's on HBO Max. It's that dude. It was hilarious. It was the stories where he would, like, Andre the Giant, he was on a plane and he like ripped a fart on the plane and like he like basically contaminated the entire plane because his farts were like insane and he loved just farting everywhere he could. It's pretty hilarious. Math is hard. Yeah, I can't count to 7 right now. Okay. So 7. Man, 7 and 6 could be like twinsies on the nose. Yeah, they're pretty close. And that's the thing with MGP, these Source MGP bottles. You want ones that stand out. So I'm glad I'm doing this flight here. No, Tumbling Dice is not in here. Oh, wait. 7. What just happened? What just happened? Seven's nice. 7 was delicate on the nose, but actually had a lot more flavor on the palate. Spice. Whew. Just like a vanilla bomb. A lot of vanilla extract, caramel, very sweet. Dude, 7's bringing it. 7, the last one in the lineup, making a showing here. Usually 7, the last one in a lineup of this magnitude, usually kind of has the worst spot. How's the what's going on in the basketball game? Who's winning? Is Golden State beating Boston or is Boston beating Golden State? What's going on? Give me an update. Man, I'm loving the flavors. Number 7 has a little butterscotch note to it too. I'm digging that one. Number 7. Okay. So, I still don't think 3, 4, and 5 were dethroned by any of these. So I'm going to keep these 3 right here. I'm gonna try to see if I can 1, 2, 6, and 7. See if I can get these in a specific order. Let me just take one more sip of each of them here. Boston is up 5. 5 minutes left. Oh shit. Yeah. Big surprise, guys. I actually have the Arby's smoked bourbon in here. You didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. All right, let me lower this a little bit. Since the synthesizers are fucking with my head. Okay. All right, quick sip of number 1 here. Okay, good, solid. Number 2. Number 2 is a little bit less interesting. Oh, wait. No, I think I like number 2. Number 2 has a way longer finish than 1. Yeah. Number 2. All right, I like 2 over 1. So let me take a sip of this. All right, let me go to 6 and 7 here. You passed on Remus 5 twice? Dude. Oh my God. Unforgivable. Unforgivable. D Cisco, I'm looking for Apple on the Smoke Wagon. Maybe the Smoke Wagon is one of these 3. These are all kind of in the same realm. I don't even know how I would really. I'll let me try to get those in order, but they're all kind of in the same. So I definitely like 2 over 1. Do I like any of these over 2? Well, let me go to 1 again real quick. I don't know. Now I go back to 1. I kind of like 1 now. They're all, man, all 4 of these are kind of all in the same zone. You could literally kind of just kind of group them all to one flavor profile. What you want is the ones that stick out, and that's what I'm getting in 4, 5, 6. That one's really not bringing anything. And I definitely like this one. I might do this. I think I'm just going to keep that in that order, just like that. And again, keep in mind, guys, that these 4. Let me move these aside here because it's focusing on those glasses. I'm going to keep those in that order. But these 4, I mean, it's not that like one is better than the other. All 4 of them are very, very close. So if there's anything to say about each of these 4, none of them are like sticking out as like super, they're all solid. They're all good. They're all very MGP, but none of them are sticking out like these 3 that I had according to my notes. So let's go into these 3 and see what we got. All right. 83, 85 Celtics, 83 Warriors. Got it. Okay. I'm interested if same profile have vastly different prices. Yes, that's a very good question. 5th quarter tailgate. That's what I want to see here. All right. Oh my God. Number 4 is just ridiculous. It's candy. It's coffee. It's spicy. Chocolate. Shit. And 5 is right there with it. Coffee, candy, sweets. Holy hell. I don't know which one I like better. This one has like a touch more sweetness to balance it out, but the finish on this one is just insane. All right, let's go to this is 5. I really dug number 5. Yeah, 5's really good. All right. So 5 is definitely 3rd place. It's really between these 2 for 1st and 2nd. It's not even close when you compare it to the other ones. So let's find out what these 4 are. You guys ready for this? It's 10:52. Perfect timing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a 3-4-5. 3-4-5, guys. Is it? Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, and 5 are my top 3. Let's find out what the bottom these 4 were. So I'm going to kind of keep these in front of me here. I don't want to fuck this up. I'll keep my favorites over there. So let's bring these in. And let's reveal what these were. So not really any specific order, guys, but let's find out what the price differences is between these 4, because they're all kind of similar. So here we go. Oh, wait, I got to... Where did she tell me the key was? Is it up here? Great, I don't even know where the fucking key is. Oh, boy. Oh, I think I see it. There it is. It's under the Jack Daniels. All right, here's the key. All right, here we go. All right, so the first one belongs to Penelope Batch Proof. So Penelope Batch Proof comes in here just kind of in this grouping. There's no real like order here with these 4. They're all generally in kind of the same realm. But this one here, just an easy sipping, delicious barrel strength bourbon. Now the great thing about Penelope barrel strength is that it's pretty affordable. So what is this, around 50, 60 bucks for Penelope barrel strength? Let me double check the prices here. Let me go through here. Let me just grab these. I did put a price list up here. Just want to make sure I have all these. So it's about 65 bucks for this bottle. So you're going 65 bucks here. And it's yeah, this is also a 4 grain. So I think actually that makes it stand out a little bit. All right, let's go to the next one. So this one here was actually the, where is it? The Old Scout. So the Old Scout was letter F. So Old Scout was letter F. This was the last one. So the one I said number 7 was the one that I was like, oh shit, number 7's really good. And I think I actually like number 7 over the Penelope. This Smooth Ambler single barrel was actually really nice. And I think Peter called in the chat. He said that this could be a sleeper. And it actually made a really good showing. I probably have this in this group of 4. This might be my favorite. But let's find out what the other 2 were. So we have those 2 first. This one's a lot of fun. So the Smooth Ambler barrel picks are about 50, 60 bucks. So yeah. I love Penelope, but it won't ever stand out in a blind. Yeah, and maybe that's right, because I do think Penelope blends a certain way that's it's extremely balanced. It's very, sweet, very spicy. It doesn't go too far one way or the other. It's just a great blend. All right, let's go to number, what is this one? This is letter C. So letter C goes to the Buzzard's Roost. So Buzzard's Roost gets letter C in this lineup here. So 114.4 proof. Buzzard's Roost, again, kind of hanging out in that general area. Very good, though. I do dig it. So that means, let's see what's left. And Buzzard's Roost is like a $90 bottle, I think. A little pricey. All right, so let's go to the next one, which is... okay, so the next... Wait, what letter is that? Got it. Letter D, which is... Old Soul. So Old Soul, which is actually, I think, my favorite in the lineup, came out to be this one. That was number. This was the first glass I was getting into, and I kept going back to it and thinking it got better. And the Old Soul single barrels can come in, I think, around 60, 70 bucks too. So all 4 of these, let's line these up here. Let's line these up here, guys. So all 4 of these sourced by MGP. All of these definitely have a little bit of a, I don't want to say a similar profile, but they're all pretty close. I think the Buzzard's Roost actually stuck out a little bit more, had a little bit more of that smoky flavor based on the tasting. The Penelope, again, even keel. The Smooth Ambler, probably the best value in this lineup. And then the Old Soul, I think, was a surprise. The Old Soul, I really like this one. Again, this was a single barrel pick, though. So if you guys like MGP single barrel picks, don't sleep on the Old Souls. This is pretty damn good. So that's the lineup. So you guys know what's left with 3. So whoever called it in the chat actually called it. So we have the last 3 bottles left belong to Smoke Wagon, uncut, unfiltered, the Old Carter, and the Mash and Journey single barrel pick. All right, so these are the 3 that are left. This is where, now I did line these up, so let's see what came out here. Here we go. Well, our red line pick, Scott, that's a honey finish. So who knows how that would do. But let me bring these over. I'm going to taste these one more time just to make sure I get my order right. Damn, that's good. It's really between these 2 guys. These 2 are the standouts. I'm going to go with the coffee bean finish on this one because personally I love coffee. I don't know if any of you guys are coffee heads, but that chocolate covered coffee bean on the finish of this one is what's winning me over. So this one, then this one, and then my number 1 pick here. See what happens. I'm really happy that Nashville made it to the final 3. I wasn't sure because I haven't tasted it in a while, so we'll see how it does here. Is the number 3 the Old Carter? I know. Let me see here. That's letter E. Letter E. Letter E is the Smoke Wagon. So batch 138A goes to Smoke Wagon. That's number 3. I mean, these things are just so damn good. It's hard to not love these Smoke Wagon blends, and I think it's the blending that makes these stick out. So, for sure. All right, guys. Now this is the best part of this because I'm not going to say I'm super proud, but I'm super proud here because Old Carter, as much as I love the Old Carters, this is a $200 bottle. This is a 6-year single barrel that you can go buy right now on Nashville Barrel Company, the website, for, what is this, 90 bucks? All right, let's see which one won here. This is my second place. I kept this on the first place, but these could be pretty interchangeable at either time here. So let's see. I have, this one is B and this one is G. Are you shitting me? Yes, come on. Old Carter B. My favorite in this lineup is the Nashville pick. Come on. No fucking way. Holy shit. So for stat purposes, this is Old Carter batch 9, 116.8 proof. The Nashville Barrel Company pick is 6 years old, 100 and what does that say? 118.24. So they're close, but Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna. Now I know what you guys. Some of you guys are probably thinking this was maybe a setup. This was not a setup, guy. I'm telling you. I just picked a bunch of random MGP bottles. I had not opened this yet. As you can see, there's barely any whiskey out of this bottle. I had not tasted it. I wanted to do it in a blind, and this is what happened. But I love the coffee chocolate bean. Holy shit. Yeah, everyone's going to think it's rigged. I'm telling you, this is straight up. I'm telling you. Damn. But that Old Carter was right there, man. The Old Carter is actually just a little bit sweeter than the one that we picked. The one that we picked, I think, is a little bit more smoky, more chocolatey, a little bit darker. The Old Carter came in. It had some of that darkness, but it was a little bit sweeter, which made it stick out. Holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Okay. Yeah. The fix is unrigged. Nice. Oh my God. This is crazy. Yeah, called it from the get-go. I'm biased. I taste the Nashville pick. So Old Carter. So this is a blend of, I believe, 6, 8, and I'm trying to remember what she said batch 9 was. I think it's 6, 8, and I want to say there's a little 10 in there. So it's a blend of a few different ages. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm blown away how good that pick actually ended up turning out. I don't remember it being that good when we tasted it. Holy shit. That's crazy. So what did we learn here tonight? We learned that there's a lot of MGP out there. I think Smoke Wagon, for whatever reason, and I think what Aaron does still sticks out among the other MGPs that are out there. I think Penelope definitely has a niche as well, because even though their stuff is maybe it didn't do well in the blind, but there's something about it that actually brings a nice refined whiskey bourbon balance to the table. The Old Soul, the Old Scouts, man, those single barrels are really good. If you guys see those and you like that MGP, another thing to take away, guys, is that all 4 of those that I kind of put to the side, those are just really good MGP types of flavor profiles. So if you like those, they're relatively affordable. You could get them, and they're pretty damn good. But when it comes to the ones that stick out, man, that Smoke Wagon really stood out amongst the other ones. I'm not going to say it got as close to these two. I don't think Smoke Wagon has really ever gotten to that level for me. But these two right here sticking out. And not just because it's our pick, but if you guys see those Nashville Barrel Company picks around in your area, and they're that 5 to 6 years old, for whatever reason, they don't believe the age when you see those. If you see a Nashville Barrel Pick 8-year bourbon, I actually wouldn't buy it. The 5 and the 6 years, because of where they're aged, are the ones that stand out. And that's what happened tonight. I have a 6-year-old bourbon that took out some older whiskeys here in the mix. And that's what you kind of like to see. So with that, shit. Yeah, I mean, I did choose the barrel because I did like it that much. I just to kind of put it up against this lineup and see actually where it fell. It's kind of good to see that it actually was as good as we thought it was. I wish Nashville's in Mass, but I haven't seen it yet. They do ship online. There are some states they don't ship to, unfortunately. But if you guys go to NashvilleBarrelCompany.com right now and you look at the single barrels, our bourbon pick is still available. So if you're interested in getting your hands on this one, this is a $90 6-year hitter of a fucking bourbon. So I'll just leave it at that. If you guys are heading out, head over to Women of Whiskeys right now. They're going live. Going to go hang out over there for a little bit in the chat. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share with. Next week, we're going to see how good or how bad Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B522 actually is. So tune in next week for that. I will see you next time. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the super chats. Happy to be back. I am feeling good right now. Jar Jar is going to go get some water. Cheers, guys. See you next time on the Mash and Drum. Cheers, guys.